Hey dudes and chicks, and neither if those rules don't apply to you, welcome to Freakin for Last Time. My name is Katie. Today I'm going to be popping this palette's cherry. It's the It's Freakin Bats palette by Shroud Cosmetics and Beautbean, their collaboration. I ordered it I think in November and it just got to me a couple days ago. This is the look I created, and I thought that because it's so old I wasn't going to do like a first impression because it doesn't really matter. I thought that I would tell you guys a story about being a hairstylist because Beautbean is a hairstylist. And so I thought I would just do a chatty get ready with me, tell you guys some shit, talk a lot of shit, eat a lot of tacos, talk a lot of shit. If you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, or hearing my crazy fucking story about being a hairstylist, or hearing my final thoughts on the palette, then just hang out. Okay, I have both my eyes primed with my LOUISE primer in Rumor 02, and we're just gonna see if this here palette is worth the wait. I was thinking that I would talk, since Beautbean is a stylist, I have a fantastic story for all of you guys about being a stylist. Or maybe less than fantastic. I'm gonna use my Crown C528 to start, and I'm gonna go into the color Atoms. So, as some of you may know, I am currently a hairstylist, and I graduated in November, and some of you guys were here when it was the struggle for my license because I'm a felon, and I had this job at this really nice place. Now, I did not start cutting hair or styling hair in like cost cutters, or, you know, I was really lucky that I got a job at a really nice place. It's actually like a 5-star salon, and it's downtown, which is Missoula, but still downtown Missoula. And the place that I work, because I'm so new, I work with people who are extremely experienced. Like, they've been in the field for years and years and years. And so essentially what I do at my job is I go in and I give really expensive services, and I pretend like I've been doing this for many, many years, right? I talk like that and I act like that, and I don't really like that. I like just being straight with people, and that's kind of where I operate, in the realm of like, just, I'm a straight shooter, you know what I mean? For the most part, I pull it off. I give people, I don't know why, I kind of just have a knack for doing hair. I'm not like the best or whatever, but I have seemed to convince people that I belong there. And yesterday, I fucked somebody's hair up. It was my first time actually like really fucking somebody's hair up. And she told me on the phone that she had really hard hair, that she has been traveling to Washington to get her hair done because she's had a couple of really bad experiences with stylists in Missoula, so she doesn't even get services in Missoula. And I said, well, basically, I don't know how to ease your mind about that, but I have never had anybody get out of my chair unhappy. I just haven't. I haven't had that experience yet. And so she was like, okay, and blah, blah, blah. And so she came in yesterday and she had so much hair. I mean, she had a lot of hair. And I had somebody scheduled right after her. And I took one look at her hair and I knew that I was going to run over. Just the blow dry, just the blowout was going to take me a long time. I'm not that good of a hairstylist. I'm like good at cutting hair, and I'm pretty decent at coloring, and my technique for balayage is pretty good, and I still have a lot to learn about like formulation, but as far as like my technique, I'm decent, you know. And so, but I'm not that good at actually styling hair. Like when I started school, I basically like, I thought I was going to go there and learn how to cut and color and do all this badass shit. And we started using blow dryers. Bitch, I've never used a fucking blow dryer. I have naturally curly hair. And so I didn't know how to use a blow dryer. Okay, I like the way this is building. I feel like I've got really good opacity. I'm not gonna blend this out too much because what I'm about to do isn't gonna work. Plus I have to go do somebody's wedding makeup after this, and they're probably gonna take one look at me and go running for the hills, but whatever. Anyway, so this chick sits down in my chair and I took one look at her hair and I knew I was gonna run over, like automatically. And then she had her 2 kids with her, which is like, okay, so it made it extremely difficult for me to do her hair. However, I'm a single mom. So moms need haircuts too. And so I'm like trying to roll with the punches, and she's like leaning forward and like doing all these things, and she has more hair than I've ever fucking seen, right? I'm gonna use my Wayne Goss number 20, and I'm gonna go into the color Spooky. Oh, I probably am gonna get fired. God, at this point, I hope I get fired. So she sits down. I'm cutting her hair and don't really think much about it. I'm really thinking more about the time, how long it's going to take me to give her her blowout. And I haven't really thought at all about how much hair she had and the cut. I knew I was having a hard time keeping my line because she kept having to lean forward to accommodate her kids. And so because I was a mom, I'm like, I want to be like accommodating for that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like I want moms to be able to like have lives and get haircuts. And so norovirus was going around in her daycare. And so I basically was just like, yeah, this is a little too stiff. I should have went with my instincts. I'm going to use my JESSUP 227, and it has a little bit of cat hair on it. So hopefully that'll help my blend. And so she's leaning forward. Yeah, this is a little too pigmented for what I wanted. Shit. She starts like leaning forward, and it's kind of like chaotic. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, dude, chaos is where I dwell. This is okay. I can totally do this. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, I'm just going to try to kind of ease off on this because this is not doing what I want it to. Oh, I'm gonna have to use a brow bone highlight or something. This is... Okay, I'm just easing up on my touch here because I'm getting a lot of... It's sticking. I might have had to have used a different primer, but I didn't, so... Just have to make that work. So I blow her hair out, and I'm like, it's fine, right? I give her her blow dry, because that's like one of my little things. I give her the blowout, and then I go back through and I do any like finishing touches that I need to do. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's like a perfectly straight line where it's like faded and then where it's not. So I don't know. Fuck, I can't go to work with that shit like that. So I guess I'm just gonna pack it. This is already disappointing. I'm only like tripping because this is literally like not budging at all. Like I'm getting no play from this motherfucker. That looks like shit. It's probably user error. I'm going back in with the green. I guess I was under the impression that that was going to be more periwinkle and a little less blue. So I go to pull her hair out to like just do the finishing touches, and I look and it is like fucked. Her whole haircut, I literally looked at it and was like, what the fuck? Who did this haircut? Like, I seriously was like, what is going on? I was so confused. And I literally like looked and I like started like pulling through her hair, and I'm trying my hardest to keep that poker face. What? Do you guys see that? It's like no blend at all. Like none. Like I can't. Okay, I'm just trying to blend this up to the brow bone because this is... I've actually never seen anything like this. Of course I haven't. It's me. Oh no. I'm just trying to use a lighter touch. Maybe I need some less dense brushes because Beautbean uses less dense brushes. Maybe I just went on like way too heavy. Yeah, that's possible. I didn't watch any reviews on this. What am I doing wrong? I think I did. I think I watched Annette's, but it was so long ago. I don't remember what color she used. Dang it. That color Spooky is really not working for me. I like started pulling her haircut and was like, what the fuck? She had so much hair, I couldn't even see what I did wrong. Like, I was just like... Wow. You know, I'm going to tell you, I can't imagine. So here was the point of my whole story is, dude, I went into the color room and I was like trying to fix it. It was uneven. It was so uneven. And like, I had done a couple things, like I know what I did wrong, but honestly, like letting her like move around to like help her kids was my first fucking mistake. So I basically went into the color room and I looked at the head stylist and I was like, dude, her hair is fucked and I don't even know what I did. I don't even know where to begin to fix it. And so she was like, do you want me to come look at it? And I was like, I said, no, I can push through. Dude, can you imagine the pressure? Like, I always think of like, I mean, the pressure, like there, I was sitting in there for a moment and I was thinking, why the fuck did I do this? Why did I take this job? Why did I start this career? It's so much pressure for like, it's just so much pressure. The girl was like, I was like, are you worried? And she's like, I'm starting to get a little nervous. And I was like, me too. And so I went and I told Jenny and she was like, do you need me to come fix it? And I was like, no, dude, I can push through. And then I literally, like, I snipped my finger. Like, I was trying to even out her hair and I was like, snip the tip of my finger and was like, fuck. So I had to go do like a blood spill procedure, which is just a fancy fucking uppity way of saying I had to go put a fucking Band-Aid on my injury to keep from bleeding in her hair. So I was like, actually, yeah. Because, okay, so here's the moment. Here's the moment where you're either a fucking okay person or you're a fucking asshat. In this moment where you can't fix their hair, but so you just keep cutting until you try to figure it out and then there's nothing left, right? That's the horror story. That's the piece where people are like, I went in and she cut my hair uneven and then they ended up having to take off 4 inches and blah, blah, blah. That's the moment, right? Instead of doing that, I had to swallow my pride. I literally wanted to quit my job, like right in that moment. Like, I'm never doing this again. I don't want to be a hairstylist. It was so, I literally felt like a fridge was coming down on me. Like the pressure was like so bad. And I was like, okay, so in that moment, right, you can either be an asshat or you can ask for help. I didn't want her to know that it was beyond my ability to fix. But instead of doing that, I like sucked it up and I asked Jenny to come help me. And so Jenny had to like, while she was toning her person, she had to come and like bail me out. I'm just going to tell you, I do have a okay blend. It's literally not the best. And that color Spooky is like pretty patchy. I shouldn't have used that color. I had a lot of faith in this palette. I haven't really watched that many videos about it, but I know that everybody loves it and is raving about it. So, of course, I'm a disagreeable bitch, so whatever. Yeah, I'm just having a lot of problems with that color, so I'm not going to use it anymore. I'm just going to kind of leave it the way it is, maybe. Can I? Can I leave it the way it is? And then I'm just gonna go wash it off when I'm done because I feel like I look like a fucking clown right now. I'm sure I can pull something out of it, but nothing I want to write home about. I can tell that it wants to, I don't know. I don't even think it's gonna get muddy because it's literally like not budging at all. There we go, maybe I just need it done. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like, I always feel so guilty whenever I have a difference of opinion from everybody else. Like, I feel like it's really literally just me. Anyways, I'm like in the color room and I'm like, I want to quit. And instead, I'm going to use another JESSUP 227. I'm going to go into the color Trappa. I'm sure this can't go wrong. And I'm just going to use that. I'm glad I didn't do it the other way around. I was going to use Trappa as my blending shade and use that color Spooky as my inner corner highlight. But I thought it was going to be a little bit more blendable and not so, it's not opaque. It's like that waxy. Yeah, see, these two blend together like fucking peanut butter and ladies. Yeah, fuck, I wish I would have just went with that. That was my instinct. I even wore a shirt to kind of match that, but oh well. Anyway, I'm in the color room and I'm freaking out. And so what I did was I wanted to quit. I literally was like, wanted to give up. And instead of doing that, I had Jenny help me, bail me out. Jenny's the head stylist at my work. I just stood there and watched everything she did. I watched exactly how she pulled it out and exactly what she did to fix it. And honestly, I could have never done it. I could have never done what she did. I was too overwhelmed. I snipped my own finger. Like, I was freaking out. And that lady was like, when she left, she was like, hear my heart. I am not mad. It's kind of fixed. It's good enough. And she was like, and it was a learning experience for you. Like, I am not mad. And I was like, I did hear her. I believe her. But I'm having a hard time letting it go. Like, I know it's fine. It's, you know, all hairstylists fuck up hair. Like, that's the way it goes. Like, sorry. Sorry for those of you who have to like put your trust in a fucking idiot like me, but that's like everybody screws up at their job sometimes. I've been thinking a lot about like pressure and how like, can you imagine like Annette when we did our birthday thing together and she talked about being a poker player? I have a friend who's a poker player and like when he won the state championship the other day and I called him and I was like, dude, was there any like spicy moments where everything was on the line and you had to make a call and you thought you were going to lose everything? And like, I love stories about pressure, but feeling that pressure is like, oh God. So yeah, I'm getting this a little bit better. Like out here, I'm just being really ginger, like really gentle-handed and just really like coaxing it. Maybe I went in like Desperado, but I didn't on this side and it's being equally not blendable. I'm sure it works a lot better with the ABH primer, as is usually the case when I have problems with the shadow. I don't like to have to use ABH primer if I don't have to. I will use ABH primer. It's not like this is the only shadow that I've ever had to do that for. I'm going to go into the color Adams and I'm going to run that along my lower lash line. So anyways, I always think about Annette because she was like a poker player. And can you just imagine little Annette being like, and I don't mean to call her little Annette like condescending, but she is little. And so like, she'll even say like, I'm little. And so like, can you imagine her like sitting at a fucking worldwide fucking competition and all that pressure and her just being like cool as a cucumber, just like all smart and fucking strategic and just cool as fuck, right? That's not me. That's the opposite of me because I literally grabbed her hair and took one look at it and it was like on my face. I was shitting my fucking pants and the lady knew it, man. And so I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Now, I'll tell you, a lot of times I do wonder why in the fuck am I doing this? I'm sorry, this blend is unacceptable to me, but I'm just gonna push through. It's not gonna be an Instagram look for me. It must be a difference in primers because I find that my opinion on makeup, like the quality of shadows, really varies. And not necessarily every time, but like from Beautbean, or from Betty Jean, whatever people would like to refer to her as. It just seems like, don't get me wrong, I bought a lot of products based on her recommendations. It just seems like a lot of times things that really work for her don't work for me at all. And so, I mean, that's fine. It's not really, I think it might be just a difference in primers. Like she does not ever, I considered using the Urban Decay anti-aging primer potion because she's been using it lately. I considered using that just to make sure, but I didn't. So fuck it. I'm actually going to go into the color Trappa and use that to blend this out. Just because I don't have time. Oh, I do look like a clown. This is fucking lame. Oh, well, the point of this wasn't to... I wanted to create something unique with this color story, and I felt like this was probably the only way for me to do that, but obviously this didn't work for me, so... it probably would work for me if I use a different... what if I go like this? Now, I can't fuck around with this too much because it will get muddy right there and it will look like shit. I'm just putting a little tiny bit of Trappa out here on this outer edge. So this color is definitely a blue and not a periwinkle. I mean, obviously it's a blurple, but it's like, it's not as purple as it is like a cornflower blue. On my skin anyway. I'm gonna use my P. Louise Cut Crease brush to put on NYX Glitter Primer. And then I'm going to use my JESSUP 234. And I'm going to go into the color Grim. Actually, I'm going to go into the color Handbook first. These are going to be good, I'm sure. And now I'm going to go into the color Grim on the backside. Okay, just going back into Handbook. I'm going to use my JESSUP 230 to just kind of blend this. And then with my Crown C528, I'm going to go into the color Atoms and I'm just going to deepen that up. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye, probably off camera. So anyways, can you imagine the pressure that the owner of Shroud Cosmetics has been under this whole time, like since November? I ordered this palette in November. It's crazy. Like maybe even October. Wait, no, I don't know. I think I was under the impression that I was going to have it for Halloween last year. So I feel like I ordered it for Halloween thinking I was going to have it by Halloween. Oh man, I'm going to tell you guys, I was so fucking pissed when I missed this launch. I actually like messaged somebody and was like, how the fuck did I miss a launch? I never miss launches, like never. This is the only one. It was my first time. So yesterday I popped my hair fuck up cherry, and on this I missed the launch, missed the launch cherry. I don't know. I feel like the color story doesn't really speak to me the way it did when I first ordered it, for one. I'm just trying to salvage this and try to go into this green. So yeah, maybe I just used the colors wrong. That's quite possible. I was going to use the color Apparition in my inner corner, but since this is more of a blue, I'm going to use my REPHR number 13, and I'm going to go into the color 0 and use that as my inner corner highlight. I mean, I had an idea, you know what I mean? It wasn't like I was just... Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. Ooh, that's a really pretty color. Super unique. Ooh, yeah, that color alone is like redemption. Now I'm gonna go into that color and I'm gonna spray my brush. I've been trying to spray my brush the same way Annette sprays her brush, like straight up and down, because I always miss my brush. I just want to give this a little bit more. I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face and I'll be back when I'm done. Oh, wait a minute. No, I won't. I'm gonna put a brow bone highlight on here to kind of cover this up. Okay, I'm not gonna put on lashes. I'm just gonna put on liner and mascara, and I'll be back when I'm done with the finished look. So this is the manifesto. I used my Lime Crime Lip Glaze in Herb, my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil, eye pencil in Flipside, my Diamond Dasher highlighter by Kaleidos, and my Elva fruit blusher in Apricot Girl. I basically tried to use all the products that I know that Beautbean loves and uses. Like, I ordered this lipstick because of her, like I've taken a lot of recommendations on Beautbean's word. So she's a YouTuber that I've spent a lot of time watching and I've learned a lot from. So like, I'm not trying to get down on this palette. My final thoughts on the palette are the shimmers are all right. I think I used the wrong ones. I wish I would have stuck with Apparition, Handbook, Trappa. I had a couple of other ideas that I wanted to do. I just wanted to try this because I thought it would look super cool. And honestly, the finished look doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty good, especially for not wearing lashes. If I would have put lashes on, you put lashes on something and it will fucking look good, right? So I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to. It's probably an unpopular opinion. I'm so sorry. I find that a lot of times the palettes that everybody like gushes about, I'm just like, well, I chose the wrong color. I shouldn't have chose Spooky. That might be like a standalone color. Like Beautbean does that a lot with that like periwinkle. She puts it all through the crease and then like does some cool shit. Like, she's super talented and amazing, and the color story is totally amazing. And I can't fucking deny any of that good shit. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this look, or if you like my sparkling personality and my boyish charm, or my fucking negative attitude and my fucking shit talking filthy mouth. And hang out with me in the comments because I fucking love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you were here spending your precious, valuable time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later.